at the Scotchy Bourbon Boys in each one, you can hear us. All right, here we go, and then I just have to throw in.
So who do you want in this, because this is not getting everybody?
She's volunteering for the YouTube not to be in, but they'll be able to hear her.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, and then
Scooch in.
We got everybody. Yeah, just
Scooch
in.
in. Yeah, scoot over.
It looks weirder in real life than it does on TV.
I can stand up behind you.
You want to sit on my lap?
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
We ready to go?
Sure.
And then you move your lips whenever I'm talking.
Like ventriloquist dummy.
I will check to make sure.
You make sure you do a lot of neck movement.
So stupid.
I hope you recorded that. That should be your like intro stuff. Cold, what do they call it? Cold start?
I think this vest makes me look husky.
I think that vest makes me look husky.
Huskier.
We have the same vest on.
I need some ground music next time. That'll work.
Can we?
All right, everybody, are you
Some
guys
food
ready to go? All right, everybody, so we're live YouTube and Facebook. All right, but at the same time, check Facebook and make sure there's
Just
sound.
Facebook for sound, but I can't.
Okay, and then YouTube, you just go to Scotchy Bourbon Boys on YouTube and see if there's sound. Sound? Click on the thing and see if you can hear us.
Might be better if you can't hear it.
No.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so we're
Yeah.
good everywhere. All right. I hate this thing. All right, so what I'm gonna do, start the podcast. Welcome everybody from Whiskey Thief in Nulu, in the Louisville area.
That's right.
How do you say that? Louisville, Nulu?
Louisville.
Just Louisville?
Yeah.
No Nulu?
It's in the Nulu neighborhood here in Louisville, but
And
yeah.
what's the street?
We're on Nanny Goat Strut,
Which just blows your mind.
right off Hancock, next to Market. We're just south of Market Street.
And you actually have the goat right outside, right?
Yes, and sometimes we actually have goats right outside.
Yeah.
Well, there's a story behind Danny. The
That's
street.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Okay, let's get into that.
So we're ready. Welcome on Facebook. Welcome on. So I'm gonna let's just do. So you're a sponsor of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. So do your promotion before we start, because you're gonna have a whole thing that happens here, you know, on the what you call it. But for everybody on Facebook and YouTube, tell us about Whiskey Thief. I mean, I'm here. Normally, I'm telling everybody that it's a barrel pick all day, every day, and you guys are open 7 days a week for 20, you know, not 24/7, but almost 24/7. If you could be, you probably would be. If they let you, you probably would, wouldn't you?
What?
24/7.
Yeah.
Distilling's open 24/7. That's
Well,
right.
that's true.
Once we have robots, we'll do that.
Said by Lisa Wicker, the distiller.
Once we have AI and whiskey-powered robots, we'll be open 24/7.
Well, I already got AI doing everything else. I've got it doing visuals, audio. So I guess I should just change that on Google to 24/7.
There you go.
There you go. All right. Anyway, but just talk about the experience of what, especially up here in Louisville, compared to the experience out there on the farm.
All right. Well, thank you for having us on, first of all. We're here at Whiskey Thief, as you mentioned. So, Whiskey Thief, if you don't know, we are a 14-year-old craft distiller in Frankfort County, Kentucky. Franklin County, Kentucky, near Frankfort, I meant to say. And everything we make is uncut and unfiltered. Single barrel is our specialty, and it's a real experience. You go out there, you can taste out of barrels. We let you taste out of 5 barrels, all different expressions. And if there's one that you particularly like, you can use a Whiskey Thief to fill your own bottle. And we just let people get as close to the barrels as they want to get and experience it the way distillers have been experiencing it since people were putting whiskey into barrels and trying to taste it using a Whiskey Thief.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. And then we have a place here in Louisville. We opened about 14, 15 months ago. It's our tasting room, but we have the same 5 barrels. Well, not the same 5 barrels, but we have the same 5 barrel experience. that we have at the farm. Every barrel is always different. But we also have a kind of elevated cocktail experience as well as live music 3 or 4 nights a week, which you'll probably hear them warming up. This is a bustling Friday night here. We see a ton of traffic here on Friday nights. And excuse me, we have the Joanne Bellanova band playing tonight. And they start at 8, so we got to get this done.
We're rocking and rolling.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it shouldn't go much more. I mean, 35, 40, that's it. That we have lots to talk about, don't we?
Yep.
We do.
All right, so we're gonna get this going, everybody. On Facebook, you've got the sponsor, you got the live version. I mean, one of the cooler things also you could throw in is that once you sample and you get those 5 barrels steeped into your glass, you can hang out a little bit, think about it, and if you want to, you can bottle your own.
That's right.
You get to go over there and fill a thief and bottle your own and label it and walk out with a 375, 750 milliliter. It's an awesome experience.
And we're getting ready to ramp up, so everything at the farm ramps back up as the permafrost thaws out on March 18th on St. Patrick's Day. So we bring back the food, we bring back the live music, and so yeah, we're getting excited about that.
Out at the farm.
Yep, at the farm.
Yeah, and it's just
The party never stops here in Louisville, but
and
at the farm
and the
it
best
slows
thing
down.
about everything, you're just like us, uncut and unfiltered, like the podcast.
That's right.
There you go.
Or the podcast is like Whiskey Thief.
All right, so what it's going to do, it's going to play a little 40-second spot where you're just going to hear background noise, and then we're going to get going. You'll hear our theme song, and we will start this podcast officially. Here we
Sweet.
go.
Can we talk? No. Never.
Yeah! All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Scotchy Bourbon Boy podcast. Tiny is here at Whiskey Thief, and we have huge amounts of guests. Walter,
Yes.
so just so that I make sure everything happens right, you can introduce
Absolutely.
everybody. We
I'd
got
love
Walter
to.
Zausch, owner and operator
yeah,
of Whiskey Thief, and then
I
team.
carry all the debt and stuff like that as well. But this is Amy Fox. Amy is our head of experiences at Whiskey Thief, so she oversees everything that happens at the farm as well as the Louisville location. She's been with us for the last couple of years and does an incredible job.
And the fantasy football draft.
The fantasy football draft. And down there at that end of the table is the world famous Lisa Wicker, our director of distilling for Whiskey Thief. She's been here going on a year with us and has done just an incredible job of bringing everything, making everything better, making my day better most of the times, making just everything's better when Lisa's around.
I can see that.
Yep.
I can see that.
And then I got a special friend. I met him just earlier today, and said we need somebody else on this podcast. No, I'm kidding. A good friend of mine, Philip Faversham. He's a very interesting company that he's going to hopefully talk about, called Kentucky Bourbon Direct. And I think everybody, all the Scotchy Bourbon boys are going to want to know about Kentucky Bourbon Direct. He's been a great partner to us. He's working with tons of distillers, and he's got a great story. So that's what we're doing.
That's the intro.
Yep.
Yeah. And just remember www.scotchybourbonboys.com for everything Scotchy Bourbon Boys, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and TikTok now, along with joining Patreon, and then also Apple, iHeart, and Spotify. Anywhere you listen or you watch us, make sure you listen like. Wow, I do that so many times. Listen, like, leave good feedback, and subscribe. So there you go.
Cool.
All right, so we got all that out of the way. We are here. I feel like I'm finally back, and it's just like we're at the new tasting room, and you can just tell every single time that you come down here, it just becomes a little bit more cozy. So, at first you see different things. You have guitars on the wall, you have the barrels and everything. But you see different changes and upgrades and everything. It just feels more and more like home. I mean, talk about that, now that you're here and at the farm, and kind of how this has really evolved, by, overall what you've been doing.
Yeah, so, a long time ago when I first transitioned to be the owner of the Whiskey Thief, people who were already fans when it was Three Boys, etc., always said, like, what are you going to do? How are you going to? I said, well, the goal is to grow and stay the same. How do we grow and stay the same? And so when we opened this place, we really wanted to try to bring a little bit of the Franklin County vibe here, even though it's in a town. It's it's in the city. It's a little more of an urban version of it. But yeah, it just people come, they hang out. You'll see tonight watching music. People stay and just have a great time, and it's got a little bit of that same vibe. I don't know how to put my finger on it exactly, except it just feels like Whiskey Thief, and looks like Whiskey Thief, and tastes like Whiskey Thief for sure, most importantly.
Well, one thing I could say, in the winter, it's a hell of a lot warmer.
There's that. And we have nice bathrooms.
Oh, definitely.
So
definitely. There's always that.
Yes.
But at the same time, the farm, in Frankfurt, that is the farm experience.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like the distillery's right there in a barn. You're aging whiskey in a barn. That's what everything's kind of like. It definitely, you don't go away from the farm experience. So when you have to go to the bathroom there, you have to go at a farm.
That's
just the way it is.
it.
Right.
That's right.
So we got Amy here, and now you're mainly at the farm, or you go back and forth from both places?
I'm splitting my time from both places right now, but mostly in Louisville because it's where everything's happening at the moment. But we're, like Walter said, ramping up out there March 17th, St. Patrick's Day weekend, and I expect that I'll be out there quite a bit more coming up. So.
Well, that's smart to be during the winter, especially this winter.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure there's a couple days where there was too much snow.
About 2
yeah.
weeks of too much snow.
Right. Whereas in the past, maybe a day or two, right? It's like, but that's how this works in the winter time.
Exactly.
That's what happens. Now, when it was snowing, were you out by the farm distilling, or was it?
We were still on site, and then I left the country for a couple of weeks. During the worst part of it. We were 100%. When the equipment was cooperating, when the water lines were cooperating, we were still pushing through. Yeah.
So, and that's interesting. But Lisa, she's the head distiller, master distiller here. She's been many different ways, many different places. If you've watched the podcast, she's been on the podcast at many different. But this is where you're at right now. It just feels like kind of a really, really good fit.
It's a fantastic fit for me personally, and as long as I don't drive everybody here crazy, yeah, it feels like it's getting at the risk of sounding ridiculous. when I drive on the property in the morning and my truck tires hit the gravel, it's like, it's like, I cannot believe I'm so fortunate to work here. Yeah. Our team is fantastic. The people everybody supports each other. It's pretty magical. Yeah.
I mean, if you weren't making everybody crazy, then you wouldn't be doing your job.
It wouldn't
I
be
mean,
me.
It's like, I mean, with the distilling process and it being pot distilled, right? You're running a pot distill. That is a whole different thing than running some of the, a column distill, running 24/7 with shifts and everything. You're talking all different, and you really have to be on top of your game about what you're doing, because you have the gin. You've got 2 pot stills there, right?
We've got
Or is it
3 now.
right?
Three now.
So I mean, and so making gin, you're making bourbon, fermenting and everything going. And if you come out to the farm, you can see it all right there, right? I mean, it's just right there. For the price of admission, you get a tour. You can see the fermenting. Sometimes you can see the distilling, and then you get to the barrels. But I mean, so what's your favorite thing now? I mean, yeah, you get to, but what's your favorite thing about running a distillery? Because you've been at all different places and different ways of doing it.
Yeah, for better or worse.
But what's your favorite thing about doing this now at this point, compared to the other places?
Having 3 standalone distillers, the distilling team, I spend a lot less time teaching and a lot more time collaborating. The fact that I can give instructions and I don't have to teach the instructions ahead of time. All 3 of them they're so talented, right? We know Kelly's expertise is in gin. She's also a fantastic whiskey distiller. The fact that I didn't have to teach where to make cuts right off the pot still. These guys, their palates are fantastic. Brandon, our mysterious overnight distiller, right? We can charge the gin still, and Kelly trusts him to run the gin still because she knows that the flavor profile is going to be what she wants, right? So she can charge the gin still and walk away from it. Brandon can do the overnight distillation on it. Same with Ben. Ben Eves. Anyway, we made peach brandy when I first started there, and we had some. It was like the first week. Ben and I are brand new. It's the first week we're making peach brandy, and all of us had so much to bring to the table. It's like, okay, this is what's going to happen. This is how we're going to have to handle this. Okay, first round didn't like. I mean, we were happy, but we were like, okay, we can make this better the second round, right? We can make it even better the third round, and that's how we're approaching everything. So we've already doubled yields in a few months, and quality's, in my opinion, getting a little bit better. And
so being in a position of management myself, and then so you've got this team, and I understand exactly what you're saying. For one, it's rare that you can find a talented overnight person who's not being supervised to do their job. Not go on the computer on the internet, say he distilled, but there was nothing in the still, and then all of a sudden you find his search profile. He was looking at the wrong stuff on the internet. I mean, that's kind of the stuff I've dealt with, even in the art field or whatever. So having a talented person, right, for overnight, and I can really respect what you say. But Walter, that comes back to you. I mean, honestly, hiring the people and the people you attract. I mean, from the moment when I walked in, and it was our old distiller. I know. Why am I caught? Hunter, thank you. Hunter, and talking to Hunter, and then he told me how much I had to meet you. And then we did the podcast, changing the name, but meeting Hannah, and Hannah's now the head of the barrel thing and just going.
She's hanging out with goats. She's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. She's all over the place.
It's just, but then knowing Hannah, and then every time I come down, there's different people on your team. But the people are fantastic. Even, you were talking about the distillers, but just the people that are thieving and whatever, you attract quality individuals. I mean, just
thank you.
And then you also have the sight to, maybe it's not the right time, but you see it, so you do it.
Right. Well, we mostly give them free whiskey and pay them whiskey, and that helps. It's a perk. The bennies are really good. The pay is okay, but the benefits.
No, I will tell you, you're probably not paying your nephews in free whiskey. That's probably not happening.
Well, no, we do card people every now and then, especially if they work for us.
But even his brother, your brother works there.
Yes.
And then his boys. His boys are awesome.
Yep.
I mean, not just Caleb, right? Is it?
Uh,
no, not
Emery and
Emery,
Emery.
yeah.
Yeah.
Willem.
And Willem.
Willem. Thank
I've
you.
heard of them. I've never met them actually, but
Well, I was so impressed with Emery the one time I came down and you weren't feeling. Remember when
Yes.
you said take whatever, and I'm just kind of sitting, hanging out. Emery comes up to me. He's like, "I got you." He just said, it
Yeah.
came up, so I mean, people that are right on their feet, and then that's part of your job, right? To
Sure.
run. So is it as easy as it seems, or is it? I mean. Do you have? Here's the thing: is there still that bottom layer where you're always rotating to find the good people, but some people just don't? They just kind of.
You know, it's really just about creating a culture of fun and, a place where people want to be. And I think that we do that well. Walter does that well. And the team feels that, and they know, and they're happy to be there and having a good time every day. So.
And you do it way better than well. It's just like
Thank you.
all I can say is, me, CT, initially I think I don't. Super Nash came down a long time ago, and I think he's talking to Hunter, and he said you need to come, and we didn't come. Okay, I think it might have been either right when you first started, or right.
yeah, no, I remember.
And then the next year, all of a sudden we were there, and it's like once you're here, it's like a family reunion, and everybody, you get all these people from Florida, people from New York, and everybody said, and all of a sudden there's just that special thing that happens, right? On a Saturday afternoon, you're sitting there, everybody just seems to be relaxing and having a good time because that atmosphere is there.
Good food.
Right.
Yeah, well, thank you. That's very nice. And it was like, I think we just said, where would we want to go? Right? So when we think about, it's like, how do we make the decision? Well, would we want to go there and do that and hang out and see that and eat that and drink that and do that, have that experience? And if the answer is yes, then it's probably right.
Well, I think the really key that, yes, you're right, but then people want to come back. And then
Yep.
now you have this amazing distilling team that can handle the production push because you're the popularity. I mean, at first it was just Hunter, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, and then now you have a distilling team to keep you going as much as you go. That's so exciting, and
Yep.
to meet the demand that because that's been your biggest problem, right? Talking about that.
Oh, for sure. And distilling is hard. I don't know if people know this, or your audience knows this, but distilling is hard. And so it's always a constant, it's always trying to figure out how you improve and how you get better and what worked, what didn't, learning from hopefully not major mistakes, but some mistakes or just, being self-aware enough to kind of understand, hey, we did that, maybe we'll do it this way and evolving and growing. But you got to have some experience. And honestly, the experience Lisa was the missing piece of the puzzle. That experience level that we just didn't necessarily always have has been tremendous. We're taking it. I'll just tell you. I can't tell you what we're doing because we got surprises in store. But there's a lot coming that's going to be awesome.
Well, when it does, you gotta let me know.
You'll know.
Yeah,
You'll know.
And then
You won't miss it.
So also, not only is distilling not easy, but maturation when you're doing it for the first cycle of barrels. And how old is your oldest barrel right now?
I don't know. They weren't distilling, 13 years ago. So I don't know, 12 years. Some of that stuff is very, it's nice to have from a nostalgia standpoint. It might not be great from a drinking standpoint, but it's nice. It's, we have the archives. Well, yeah.
She'll figure it out.
But she can't go back in time and fix it. So,
she
but
what I'm saying is like on the farm, you're only that far deep into maturation. Whereas you take a place like Jim Beam, and they've had those for over 100 years, those warehouses, and they know the sweet spot. You're just starting to get. That's just starting. Just imagine when you know where that is and everything. Right now, but I think out of all the places I've ever been, you've had the most pleasant surprises I've ever seen. Like your rise.
Well, thank you.
You're just like, we were just all started tasting this, and it's like, holy crap, you know what I mean, kind of thing. And so that means you've done the distilling process. Everybody who's put before this is distilled properly, but also where it's aged and what it's going in that pot still is.
Well, and surprises are a big part of what we do. Hopefully you come there and you're surprised and you don't expect the whiskey to be as good as it is. You don't expect the food to be as good as it is. And in that regard, we're exactly like Jim Beam. So thank you for that. I appreciate the compliment.
Well, I will say the surprise for me was Rise. The fact that one day, because I'm me, I got to sample all 10, just a little bit of each one, and I thought that what I sampled was a bourbon. That I thought that was, and then when I realized that order, and my favorite one, it was a rye. And that rarely happens with me. But the ryes that you guys produce are fantastic. And those hazmat ryes that you put out last year were pretty
ridiculous.
special.
Yeah.
Well, we don't take compliments all that well, so I'm getting, but thank you. That's very nice. But I want you to talk to Philip, because this is the story right here.
Well,
Do I talk into here?
No, you're fine. You're talking right
This
in
thing
there
on?
and right over there, and everything's coming through.
Nice to meet you, Tiny.
And I'll shut up.
Tell them what you do, Philip.
I'm Philip, and I own a company called Kentucky Bourbon Direct, and we are local. We work with a lot of distillers and brands, helping them in brand building, selling into 46 states. We were actually just ranked #1 in direct-to-consumer by the DTC Institute of Rankings, which was exciting. And we've been working with Walter for a while, and that's really it in a nutshell. We've been doing this for a long time. We've worked with the Kentucky Bourbon Festival on buy and ship, and we just see everything going on in the industry kind of going in the direction that we're working in, which is direct-to-consumer, shipping within 23 hours. Our sales in 25 went up 1,700% from 24, and we just enjoy working with Walter and multiple other.
If I could just jump in. So Philip and I met maybe, 18 months ago or something like that. Probably
3 years ago.
Has it really been 3?
Yeah, 3.
Wow. And
You used to remember those dates.
Oh.
knowing you, Philip, has been so awesome. Time has just flown.
Yeah.
It's just like
Felt like 18
In any
months.
case, the point is, when Philip and I first met, he was kind of putting this company together and figuring it out. And he said, well, what do you think about DTC? And I said, listen, DTC is no question direct to consumer. If you don't know what DTC is, direct to consumer for spirits is the future.
You're talking about shipping on the internet.
For shipping, yes. And
No, what we do is a little
it's
bit.
painful for distillers like
Yeah.
myself. The whole thing is, it doesn't matter how many states they unlock. Working with those states is painful. The licensing part is painful. The reporting part is painful. All of it is painful. And even the big heritage brands, it's painful for them too. And so what Philip's company has done is taken the pain away. It's made things simple,
Solve the problem.
and help us get to market. And there's big changes happening, which is why I thought it'd be awesome for Philip to be here. There's big changes happening. What states just opened up for?
We just opened up Alabama and Arkansas also.
And meanwhile, like California's opening up, New York's opened up.
Yes,
Yeah.
straight out of Kentucky. But
Yeah, exactly.
we ship to 46 states. And when you said, Tiny, about selling on the internet, it's not that. It's Walter being able to sell on his website
Right.
directly. People
And
are
then
there,
you
they can
choose
order.
California, they order it, and then it gets shipped. And then you take care of the actual.
We make sure it's legal, compliant. We collect the taxes, pay the taxes.
Now, who does the actual physical shipping?
We do.
Walter?
We do.
You do.
We
Okay,
do.
So
He doesn't do. He creates
I
the
don't
product.
do a lot at all.
He focuses on making good juice,
that's yeah, okay.
and we
so-
sell it.
So let's see. So let's just. I'm not going there. Are you looking at Ohio at all? Or is
We're
it-
in 46 states.
So you're in Ohio.
We're in Ohio. We're not in Utah, Tennessee.
Okay. Are you working,
Michigan.
Are you just? This is just it's a yes or no question. Are you working with Ohio right now directly?
Yes.
That's awesome. So I
Yeah.
understand. I have a
OhioBourbonDirect.com.
right, because the state of Ohio is the customer, not the
Yeah.
not as much the distillers
Right.
in a lot of cases,
Right.
because they buy it before it gets there.
Walter ships coast to coast now
Really?
using, Kentucky Bourbon Direct.
Okay, so I could buy it in Ohio or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Online.
You can buy 2 bottles in Ohio.
Yeah. That's why this is big news. This is big
Well,
news.
it's huge.
And because since Whiskey Thief does not distribute, he has enabled us to
Right.
get our products out to our fans in ways that we haven't been able to do. So when you come to the farm, and this has happened for as long as I've known, you come to Whiskey Thief, you have a great time, and you go, I love it, this is awesome, you guys make great products, but I can't buy it at home. I can't get it at the liquor store. I can't buy it at home.
Well, this is even
And
better.
now you can.
He's building the
Now all of a
bridge for
sudden
us.
Yes, that's a
And it's a work in
phenomenal-
progress, but I'm telling you, this is just the beginning for this entire thing. I think you're going to see
You're solving
it's going to change.
problems for
Oh, look what they're bringing.
the
What are they
people,
bringing?
because that is a hard problem to solve. But as you guys being the one
We're the
to
one.
solve that problem, it becomes immensely easier for the people, not you.
Walter makes, they
Yeah, you
make
the
the
whiskey,
they make
and
the
it's
whiskey,
bottled and everything, and you make
and
sure
we allow them to
gets
sell
where
it in the
when someone
46
buys
states.
It, yes.
There you go.
No,
And
fantastic.
we provide a lot of data for them. Their return on ad spend through us could be anywhere from 5, 6, 8. We've had 127% times. So we do a lot of the brand building for them as well, and it's
So we
great.
did a lot of research, and all the craft guys, and they'll tell you this. Everybody's done research, and there's different companies threading this needle a little differently, right? And figuring out the ins and outs and their kind of approach to it. So you really have to get kind of under the hood. But I'll tell you from my perspective, working with them, seeing how they did it, seeing the level of interaction that they've had with the states.
Thank you.
Has been something that the rest of that, for me, the rest of that cohort isn't doing at the same level, in my opinion.
I appreciate that. That's
and,
true.
And because, if you're in my seat and you're wanting to do this, there's risk. I mean, there's risk in everything we do in distilling. And so you have to look at it, mitigate the risk, figure out what works. And so right now for us, these guys are the ones doing it. And what I really like is the fact they're here, they're in Kentucky, they're keeping jobs in Kentucky, they're promoting, not only America's signature product, but for sure Kentucky's signature
Right.
product. And not to be all Kentucky, but they've started focused on Kentucky bourbon first and foremost.
All I can say is there's some problems that I know can be solved, but when I think about it, because I know how it works through the internet and everything, and what you're accomplishing, at one point when you actually think about that problem, if you know a little bit about it, but you don't know, there's a lot of things that just in your head lock up. Like, how can this happen? And you guys obviously have solved those problems so that that there is no lockup, and because most states do things differently,
Right.
and there's lots of different rules.
We went to each state separately to make sure what we were doing, first of all, was compliant and legal. We only had 42 states until about 3 weeks ago. We reapproached some others now. We can sell, so we're in 46 states. And because we're in Kentucky and deal closely with the brands that we work with, we're able to identify the problems before they become problems and solve them.
And eventually you'll be able to take this everywhere. Right now you're isolated in Kentucky, but you would be able to do that with other distillers in other states. But right now you're working.
We've been approached by a lot of distillers out of state, so we're trying to come up with a creative way. Right now we've been focusing on Kentucky.
Yep.
But there's some other good juice out there that there may be some synergy in working with, so we're kind of develop a Friends of Kentucky section where, we really like this, try it. We just
tried some from Netherlands.
The
this
Netherlands
week, so,
yesterday. We
Yeah.
tried a bourbon from the Netherlands. So whiskey. It was a whiskey,
Yes.
and it's fun, and,
It was very good.
people want that, and so we're not going to undermine what we do with Kentucky by doing that. We can only enhance it.
No.
And roughly how many distillers are you working with or talking to? And
Well, I mean,
I mean, this is confidential use
Yeah,
stuff,
I mean,
but
we
just
a
throw
lot.
Yeah.
We work with a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
I mean,
And we've just stayed under the radar
it's
for
a
a long
problem
time.
that all distilleries have to figure out, and there's
Yeah.
different ways to do it. I mean, I know kind of how, like, whatever, but what you're doing is definitely, now I understand.
Yeah.
The first time
Yeah.
I met you, I kind of understood, but I didn't. But now I completely understand because, like I said, you're working with the state of Ohio. That's all I have to know.
Well, if I
know
can pay
what's
you
going
another
on.
compliment, one of the other things that I've really challenged Philip, and we've known each other for 18 months.
36.
Plus 3 years, but
plus
yeah.
3 years. No, but since the very beginning, I was probably your biggest skeptic when day one.
You kick the tires harder than anybody else.
And
did.
I've
Yeah.
challenged him all along the way because this landscape literally changes real time all the time. So, and what I can tell you is that his team and the people that are working on it are staying on the cusp of it. We've met with other companies and they're kind of like, this is our business model and we're sticking to it and da. But these guys are really evolving real time as the whole landscape changes. And all you gotta do is watch the news on DTC and how it's changing very quickly. And so there's gonna be a lot of promise. But for bourbon fans, this is like the best thing that could happen, right? Is this
Especially at
opening
this
up.
time.
Yes.
But all the things that are changing, although some I don't to this know till this day how people like bourbon podcasters and people who write and critique bourbon all are like, oh, this bourbon's slow. This is somehow the industry's slowing up, and it's how is that? How is having enough to the consumer a bad thing where you're gonna get where all of a sudden people who are blending they can buy more barrels at a cheaper price
Right.
and then supply
It's shelf space.
they could supply it so that what you couldn't get you can start to get some of because there's enough being made
Yeah, for sure.
and then at a cheaper price. I'm like, you guys, it's not over. You're just going to be able to get, the prices will go back down.
It's not over, and all the problems that are happening in the industry are good for the smart ones that are embracing direct to consumer, because you eliminate all these problems, and your margins are better, and so that's why, like I said earlier, that our sales increased 1,700% in 25.
Well, and that's why you see a lot of change happening in certain states. I mean, let's be honest. And you've done your history. I remember the show you did on the kind of history of related to taxation and all of that, and talking about how personal income tax was created to offset. See, I paid attention to offset the loss of spirits revenues during the leading up to Prohibition, because the government knew Prohibition was going to happen, so they introduced this tax. Whatever. This country has gotten itself out of a lot of trouble with using excise tax as the vehicle to solve it. So if there's markets are shrinking because of tariffs, although today there's lots of news about tariffs, whatever, but markets are shrinking, this and that, the market has changed. The reality is the excise tax revenue stream is a good one for everybody, the states, the federal government, the local counties, and they're gonna find a way to make the market bigger. And the most exciting way for me, and you can tell I'm pretty excited about it, is this DTC stuff. So,
and the margins are great for
this is making the market bigger.
Right.
The marketplace is getting so much bigger, and that's exciting for anybody who likes bourbon. This is a win.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about American market, the tariffs are the best thing that could happen to the American market. Where it hurts the bourbon industry is in the international market because they have to sell their stuff for more. But
Until
the
today.
Scotch industry,
Until today.
what happened?
Oh yeah,
The Supreme Court.
Supreme Court ruled the tariffs were the way he did the tariffs were unconstitutional.
So we're back in business.
So we're back in business.
So he has to give all the money back?
Well, that's a good
That's
question, and there's
step
plenty
three.
of
I'm sure that
24/7 news channels right now asking that very question. So
4,000, yeah. I did not hear that. I was here.
don't turn off the YouTube. Stay here.
No,
for-
I'm not.
don't-
I'm not gonna even. I'm just not even gonna go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever. We like to complicate our country, right?
Exactly.
But at the same, but there's an aspect. I mean, I pay attention to everything and whatever. But I watch. Crown's a big, huge seller in America, and those tariffs went on Crown.
Yeah.
And I watched the price. it's the same price right now as it was back then. It's just that if you want to sell your stuff here, you can't. You had to eat up the place. They make enough money in Canada that they can keep their price the same. I mean, it just comes down to, there's some things that works and some things that don't, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, no, you don't. You're in the States, right? So
We work.
You're not
work.
over there. You're not trying to sell stuff over.
No, not right
No,
now.
no, no, yeah.
We looked at it during the tariffs, but
Oh,
it's just not worth it. There's
Like, that
just
would
too
be
big of a market here.
Well, it's a huge market. Plus, just shipping over. Yeah, doesn't sound fun to me.
Yeah.
You have a lot.
We've done it and we can do it, but it's not part of our business.
Yeah. Not a viable market
Yeah.
to make money. Like,
But we do single bottle sales with everybody, but also we allow Walter to do barrel picks and a lot of unique things too that we could also handle for them in other
well, that's
states.
even better. 'Cause,
Yeah.
If you handle that for the state of Ohio, that would be awesome.
I'll give you my card before we leave.
So, all right, so we're here having a blast. I mean, there's got to be, as far as so we're just in the coming out of the winter, right? So, what's going to be fun at the farm this year? Last year you had a whole farm there. You had goats, you had a whole corral of goats and everything. Well, got anything exciting for everybody to plan? More concerts out there, more. No.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
If you like
mean,
goats.
26 is gonna be huge.
It's going to be huge.
25 was huge. I mean,
Yeah.
we had a great year. We grew and our team expanded and our this place opened. We saw, believe it or not, we see more people in Louisville, total people, than we do out at the farm. Well, why? Because they're open more hours. We've got a kind of elevated cocktail experience. We've got live music 3-4 nights a week, and so from that perspective alone.
And all the tours, the tour companies, the tour places, I think they actually wouldn't even need to rent a bus.
Right.
I mean, I think me and Julep, you could just walk.
We're on their walking
Yeah.
tour. We got to
Yeah,
add to their
I mean,
walking
so
tour, for
you-
instance.
Yeah. And honestly, what I would say that Louisville has exploded on the whiskey
sure.
scene. I mean, you have all these other different distilleries and everything, and they all have tasting rooms. You guys have tasting rooms, but nobody's in an axe throwing place, right?
Did they throw axes here? I guess they did. Yeah, you're right.
You can see it still on the wall.
So when we opened here, truthfully, this is how quickly things have changed, right? When we opened here, we're essentially halfway between Rabbit Hole and Angel's Envy. But those were really the only two things that were in this part of Louisville. Whiskey Row was developing down by Bardstown Bourbon Company, and 21C was developing. But in this area, we were the only ones open, right? Now, just to the north of us, we've got the Bob Dylan Heaven's Door, Last Refuge place there, and what they're doing is it's a huge. They've got the biggest bourbon bar you've ever seen. That's amazing. You got to go if you haven't been there. You got to go check it out. They're doing really interesting stuff.
You have to take me there sometime.
Oh yeah, we can. It's right there. It's like
I know.
Yeah.
I was insane. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can hit with a baseball at the front door. So they're there. Chicken Cock has opened up on Market. We've got Whistle Pig is also that way. Bender Stash is on the horizon. They're doing some things. And who else am I forgetting?
Ooh, there's one more, and I can't.
National
think of
Barrel
who
Company
Yes, there it
is moving on to Market. So suddenly there's this little kind of epicenter of whiskey going on here as well, which is pretty exciting. So
That doesn't hurt you.
no, it
No.
helps us. The rising tide.
The more the
And
merrier.
you and I have talked about this before. I'm a fan of all those guys, so I'm excited they're here.
Well, if anybody hasn't met Walter, and you can meet him because he's either here or there most
That's
of the time, or at some event,
For sure.
some whiskey event. But Walter is truly not like when you're talking with him. Whiskey Thief is a thing, but he is a fan of bourbon.
For sure.
You did many barrel picks of people
Yes.
before you were the owner of Whiskey Thief. And
I'd like to do more, by the way. If anybody wants to include me on more, I'm always available. or as many as I can do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, that definitely it's like if anybody's been in his office at the farm, he's got a lot of stuff in there that's very unique, and
He's never let me in there.
Stop. You're in. I don't know why you want to go in there right now. It's
Kind of a mess,
but yeah.
no.
she's lying, right?
No, I'm
No,
not.
she hasn't been in there.
You have an office there?
Oh my God.
Get out of
I'm
here.
sorry. I really. am
We've only known
sorry.
each other for 18 months, so.
Yeah. I'm waiting.
No, but
now.
I am a fan.
I'll be
The point is,
excited
I'm a
the day
fan
I'm
first, and I'm a
allowed
fan of what they're doing, and so this has become really interesting.
a big room.
And Louisville's really growing. The other thing that's been great for us is so many people come to Louisville and they stay in Louisville, but they don't. And if they go to Bardstown and they don't go east, they have a chance of
that's pretty
getting
funny.
Whiskey Thief during their stay
It's like a beer.
if they're not traveling east on the trail. Because Bourbon Trail is kind of a triangle, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
Bardstown, Frankfurt, and Louisville.
And then if you're
Lexington, a little bit of an
Frankfurt,
extension.
Lexington is part of the tribe.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like anybody. I mean, sometimes that just people are like, well, that's not that's not in that part. And I'm like, are you crazy? They're 30 minutes apart.
Yeah, not
It's
far.
just, yeah. So, anyways, the greatest thing is about what I love to say is that if you're a fan of Buffalo Trace, you're 20 minutes away.
And they're looking for the
It's like
third
it's
guy.
go to Buffalo Trace and finish
For the
up
third
there
guy?
because you're not going to be able to get the experience at Buffalo Trace that you get there. There's no way you're getting
No
your
way.
barrels there or anything like that. Yeah, the tasting, you get out, you buy some, you just show up at Whiskey Thief.
And I'm watching that. What are they selling at Buffalo Trace today? Facebook group just as much as anybody. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, but that's not what you guys do has nothing to do with what they do. That's a whole different thing. It's still bourbon.
For
It's
sure.
part
You
of
should've
it,
gone
but we would have never if the atmosphere and the people that you've hired, and it just keeps going, and it amazes me.
well, thank you.
You know what I mean? So it just keep doing what you're doing. It's the right thing. And so what do we got in our glass to finish
Yeah.
up? Because we're right there.
I want to hear what you think about this right here.
Don't put them on the spot.
And I don't even
No.
know what it is, right? You're just
Exactly.
gonna tell me-
Yes, you have
Amy,
to.
you know what it is?
I do know what it is. Yes, I requested it.
Should we tell them what it isn't?
No.
Tell me it's not a rye. It's a rye.
So it is a rye.
No, I can tell.
We just popped this one today.
And so it's bizarre because it's a minty vanilla rye. There's a lot more vanilla, and it's the most vanilla I ever tasted. I mean, I've never had a minty vanilla anything, but it's unique.
Do you get vanilla?
Not so much.
I don't
I
pull
get
out the-
caramel.
I'm not getting. Maybe
100%.
It
Yeah.
might have been
Caramel.
that with the lime.
I definitely
get
making
mint.
it go- I get the mint.
Yeah.
Philip, what are you tasting?
Nothing. I'm just watching the four people pour out of the photo.
Photo booth. Very nice.
There you go. You're like thinking.
He's been distracting
Did they
me.
really? Oh, I was like, holy man.
It's like a clown car.
Like a clown car. Yeah.
Oh, it's yeah, but
Lisa, what notes do you get on the?
100% caramel.
And mint.
Yeah.
maybe the mint is I normally love caramel, but how many times you either get the mint or the caramel or the mint, and I'm getting them both. Maybe the mint is.
Well, the mint is a little more like menthol than it is.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like what you get when you have chocolate, like Andy's candy.
There
Or
you
peppermint
go.
patty.
The mint,
Yes.
the mint from an Andy's candy.
Oh, yeah.
Or that.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
then that is for me.
Well, there's
pulling-
certainly
that's
some-
why it pulls it vanilla for me because
Well, there's
I'm
some-
not getting the caramel.
Yeah, and there's certainly some like dry cocoa powder going on.
It's
in the middle,
definitely
or
Andes
almost like
Yeah.
less cocoa powder.
Little
than
peppermint
more
patty, but
Nesquik.
more Andes mint.
Then bourbon.
What do you think the proof is? If you had to guess.
I know what the proof is. 139.4.
No. Around 121-ish, yeah.
Okay. I was thinking. I mean, I did the made right.
What's the age?
It's 9 years old.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
so we have a few different 9-year-old barrels out right now. Fantastic. This one, like
Pretty
I said,
good.
just opened today. So
So if you're at home, get in the car, come on down. There's
Yeah.
music till 11. There's
right.
plenty of time. right?
Right here. Yep.
Come on.
Or go to the website and order it online. And
There
you
you
can stay
go.
home and watch the movie.
Walter's,
Say I
Walter's
want the
wife
minty
Dana did
caramel
the-
one, huh?
Walter's wife Dana did the barrel warehouse, right? And something about, I'm too new to know what's happening out there, but the ryes come in with those caramel notes over and over and over again.
You're too new to know what's happening out there. So here's the question based off that statement. I was going to ask you this anyways. So you've been around this long enough. So there's a point where initially the distillate is the hero, and the barrel starts to affect it and complement it. But then when you get into, we all know when you get into 8, 9, 10, now the barrel starts to be the hero with the distillate complementing. So what do you prefer? Do you like it, or do you like them both? Like,
I'm going to tell you what I told Walter 2 nights ago when we may have been drinking a little whiskey. I love whiskey.
same here.
So
And shut up. She also said, "Can you shut up, please? Stop talking."
Yeah.
Was that before you said stop talking? I don't know. I can't remember.
She asked you to stop talking?
Yeah.
No,
So you just
100%
asked
I
me to
did
stop
not.
talking?
She's like, "Can you please stop?"
I love you. Okay, go.
yeah,
No, I wasn't asking you.
I mean, you've got the distillate in the barrel, but also I'm a big believer in terroir, right? There's no way that like where it's stored isn't influencing it. How it's stored isn't influencing it. I was talking to a couple guys yesterday. They've been in the industry a long time, and they in the past have stored some stuff for me, right? And I wanted some stuff either in cradles, right? Because they had an open warehouse, and they kept insisting on putting it on pallets. So I'm like, well, I don't want it on pallets. I want it, So so side by side, barrels in a completely controlled environment, but coming out completely differently because they're either palletized or ricked, right? And so 100% what you're saying is accurate, but there's just so many other ways to influence it too. We've had, like this year alone, I've been with Whiskey Thief since June. Oh my gosh, the temperature swings have been insane. They've been insane, right?
I think this is the first unstable year for a winter in Kentucky in probably 15, 16. It's always been kind of this mild, and I really, I contend, I've been tasting this year's Buffalo Trace, just the regular Buffalo Trace. I've even done it. I've got one from 5 years ago, and I got one from now. The caramel is blowing. It's just like it's like it matters what the weather is.
100%
And
it
it's
does.
like the bottom shelf stuff is even good right now because Kentucky has had such this long run. I don't know what this winter is going to do because this winter was a rough one. It not only was it moist and it was snowing, and then we were in a refrigerator with below zero temperatures one day after another, and that hasn't happened for a while. So it'll be really interesting in 6-7 years from now to see how that influenced what the taste is. But I mean, I just think we've been on a roll. I'm not saying anything good or bad, but the climate of Kentucky, of how it's been, has been even better for aging.
Oh, the craziness always makes it better, right?
Yeah.
The extremes make it better.
Well, and if you spend time drinking Texas whiskey, which I'm a fan of also, though that bourbon needs winter as much as it needs summer. I mean, and it's so important.
But how big of a winter is the question?
Yeah, well,
this was a big winter.
This is a big winner.
This was.
We're all going to see pretty
all,
soon.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're all going to see
Yeah,
pretty.
we will.
We're already seeing it probably.
And I'm a fan of Texas whiskey, but that I like. I mean, I just get these notes that have nothing to do. Well, I'm like you said, fan of whiskey. There's very few whiskeys that I'm not. I mean, I like I like Japanese whiskey. The lightness, the fruitiness.
Yeah.
There's so much, and there's certain scotches that they use. I used to hate peat. But if you use the peat properly,
It's
you
fantastic.
can balance something perfectly. You know what I mean? It's just when you overdo it, but some people have no taste buds and they want it overdone. So you got to make whiskey for everybody, right?
That's right.
This is very good.
Yeah,
It's really good.
It's a good ride.
Yes.
We should sell it online.
There's not a lot of it,
have it,
actually.
There's not a lot of it?
There's not very much of it.
I just asked that question.
Yeah.
So how do you do that? I mean, Walter, I know Walter, and you're building the building blocks at the moment. But Walter is even his supply. How are you meeting?
We sell out of. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But you guys.
We only give him really the bad stuff to sell. The stuff that just
That's how
it's
good
like
we are.
this. It's just
There's no bad
That's how
stuff.
good we are.
It's
That's
just-
how good we are. We sell it.
yeah.
So you call
We call them shelf warmers. They're just warming the shelves.
You call him off his couch in his bare feet down
Yeah.
there and just
Yeah.
give him the
My steak.
shit with
God,
it.
this is terrible. Here, send it to Philip.
Yeah.
He'll sell it.
And we do. We do.
No,
sell
and
it.
actually, let me tell you the funny thing. Let me
As
tell you
long
the
as
funny
has
thing.
Good stuff. It doesn't matter what's in use.
Right.
All jokes aside, there are things we go. So the question that keeps me awake at night as we start to go into this DTC land is like, so if I give this bottle to Philip to sell, and nobody's ever tasted Whiskey Thief, they've never experienced Whiskey Thief before, but they watch Scotchy Bourbon Boys and they go online and they buy this bottle and they get it and they don't like it, then what do I like? This is my entry into their lives of like their experience, and they're like, well, I don't know about that Whiskey Thief thing, and so the stuff we sell online's got to be really great. It's
Right.
got to be as good as the stuff you can get if you come here.
Right.
And that's a
Okay.
good challenge, though.
So-
That's a tough
Yeah.
challenge.
So
I know that doesn't sound like a big deal, but to me, it's a big deal.
this is a huge deal, and my brain right now. I understand what Lisa does, and I understand what you do, and part of what Lisa does is what you didn't do. But what she's trying to do and what Lisa does makes a ton of freaking sense.
Ah.
And are we going that way?
I see the question.
Do you?
Are you
I do.
Are you going to make
Blend.
like if you're trying to get the product to be really good, barrel by barrel?
It's tough.
Well, it would be, but if you do what she does, you can supply more, and it's good.
Like blending, is that what you're saying? Is that the
Yes,
word you're
that's
talking
the
I didn't want to say it. I wasn't
He's
trying to
asking
make
if
it-
you're going to
make you
blend.
into-
It's not a bad word.
But it's not a bad word, but it's not what you do at the moment.
I thought you said we couldn't swear on this podcast.
Are you fucking
earlier.
gonna start blending? Okay, there you go.
Whoa.
We're over 8 minutes into
Well,
the
I would say
podcast.
we are. Yeah, I'd say you're going to see some Whiskey Thief products that you've never seen before.
See, he's smart, right?
I think it's smart, yeah.
She led you in the right
I'm going to have to
direction.
drink more now.
I didn't lead him at all. I told him whatever he wants.
I know, but
I told him
He was
whatever.
trapped.
I'm not going to hire you. I'm not going to hire you and not let you do what you do. She's fucking amazing at it. I mean, you probably got one of the
Thank you.
best people. I mean, my God, she did it in New York. You know how hard it is to do what she did in New York?
I do.
I mean, still, she left New York, and now how many? I want to know. Besides what she did there, how many people know about New York? It's not a big.
If you can make it there, you can make it
Well, she made it there, but nobody else can.
anywhere.
I mean, I don't do a lot of New York podcasts. I got some person from New York, Rhode Island. There's a Rhode Island distillery that contacted
Rhode
me.
Island and New York are not the same
I know,
place.
but,
All right, so let's just talk. We're just
But that
talking.
area that you
We're
know.
off the air now, right?
No, we're on.
We're off right now. Yeah, we're off. We're talking
Okay,
off.
we're off the air. Sure.
So what would you think? Let me ask your opinion while we got your attention. What would you think? So, when you come to taste at our place, what do you got? What's the thing you see?
Barrel.
5 barrels.
Right.
5 barrels is kind of our jam. That's like our sweet spot. Like, it's better than 4, right? 6 is too many. 5 is about the right deal, right?
I feel like
That's what I think.
what is it? Was it Sleepless in Seattle? Well, and then they're picking out their wedding thing, and they're like, "Yeah, well, how many did you place? I think 10." It's like 12 is too many.
Yeah, exactly. So 5 feels about right. So what if we blended 5 barrels? What if we kept our blends to a
Think on this,
5-barrel
Tony. Think on
blend?
this. Think on this. Think on this.
Would that be cool?
What would be really
Blend
cool
the
is
5 barrels.
no. It would, I mean, you could do so much. You could blend. She could take half the barrel of each of those 5, make the blend, and then you could still do half the barrel here without a thing, and then they could buy the mix together.
Well, and it's a
there is-
it's a lovely life coincidence because Walter's like, how comfortable are you with like 5 barrels? I said, I've done 1,000 batches.
Yes,
So
you have.
so I've done 1,000 5-barrel blends. So
how many?
yeah, I'm okay
What's
with
the
that.
biggest blend you've done?
Barrel wise, I've never done over 21.
Wow.
I'm a control freak. So I'll build them 5 to 7
I
barrels
mean,
at
it's
a
not
time.
like 21 is like
Small.
small batch.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's
I know,
still.
but compared to the big guys, it's just a fraction.
But
of
wait,
what-
he's got a pot still in a barn. He's never gonna be. You're not gonna be a big guy. You're not gonna be Jim Beam producing 24/7.
Right.
Like, he's
I'm
not
not as
what-
big as him.
You wait.
Or
What I've
you.
always said, especially to people who produce pot stuff, why in God's name would you ever want to compete with the big guys when they already do it? They do that great. You do what you do, which is completely
That voodoo.
different.
The voodoo that you do.
No, it's completely different. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here
Yeah.
for. You can't go.
No, I always use baking like as an analogy because like you can have the really amazing little boutique bakery, which that's what we are, but we still like some of the stuff that comes from the big bakeries too, right? You know, it's just a different approach and a different.
one isn't bad, but you
Yeah,
make that
different scale.
special French pastry kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. But I will say that even the kitchen table at Jim Beam,
Mm-hmm.
which is a nice experience, whatever, it doesn't feel like what you get at Whiskey Thief. When I
Mm-hmm.
from a chef that you basically fry in the winter in the heat, cooking out of a food truck, making this amazing food comes out,
Yeah,
and I'm
it's
just like, going,
spectacular.
it's like, holy crap. And you're like, he really goes in there and makes this food? You know,
He really does.
You could probably build him a kind of a actual structure that's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
than
edit this part out, please. Can we edit this part out of the deal?
I'm sorry, he paid me for that.
We make things the hard way. Is the point? We make our whiskey the hard way. We make our food the hard way. It's that's what we
What
do.
to do. All right, so there we go. Anybody else have anything? Well, we're getting some drinks.
We're
right
getting
now.
drinks. There's music starting. I don't know if they can hear that.
Thank
Can they hear the music starting?
We kind of can, I'm sure.
Okay, good.
And then when we leave, I'll just leave with the music, and then
That's awesome.
we'll end it. So, anybody have anything else to say?
No, I think.
What do you love about working here?
Yeah.
What do I love about working here? Oh man, I mean we're just having so much fun every day. There's no doubt about that.
I'm good.
And
No, sweetheart, you're fine.
I just wake up every morning excited to get here and have more fun because that's what we're doing.
I can't wait to retire to do podcasting full time.
Yeah.
It's a lot of podcasting.
There's so much I can
Yeah.
do. I go to work, and I'm just like, I wish I could do that.
All right,
But anyway.
all 6 of us in the booth.
Photo booth thing?
We're all getting in the photo booth.
Yeah.
Love that.
I love it.
Well, at least 2.
Take off superfluous clothing.
We all fit in the photo booth.
If that 4 got in, we could get it.
So
We could do it.
Oh, we can do it. Yeah.
So just take that. I said rocks. Take that around and just pick that up. They can still just show everybody the barrels and everything. Just yeah, grab that and just
You
walk.
don't need the
around.
light. Oh, it's on the camera. The camera's on the light.
There you go.
Oh, is she gonna follow us to the photo booth?
And we're gonna, as you do that, once you're over there, we'll finish this baby up and then we'll end it. And then we'll all get that photo booth that's gonna fit 2
And you can post it on social media.
Yeah, she's showing it.
Yeah.
You can hear us.
Oh,
And that one's over there still going. And you know what? What happened? I don't know, but that's kind of cool. Is it really? Yeah, they're starting.
Yeah, but this is a great way to
Yeah, they can catch.
wrap up the show.
Yeah, she's just showing.
Where did she
everybody-
take
What
it?
is it? What's the drink?
Bourbon and soda.
Another one of the first.
What do you
Yes.
tequila.
She brought Philip.
I love bourbon, but it's too much. You know what I mean?
You call it a highball,
Oh, geez.
Hi, Mom.
and that's club soda.
It really could be anything. It's like anything like bubbly. It could be ale 8. It could be right.
Okay.
All right, you're
I
good.
do have to ask you a couple questions once we're on.
Absolutely.
Lisa.
Still on?
Yeah, we're just finishing up, but she's gonna come back on.
Very much
Kentucky
makes
whiskey
me
thief.
happy.
Now,
No, I know, but it was pre-sell the next show. It'll be
I probably can get down sometime in April. I mean, I'm trying to always get down here as much as I possibly can. All right, you ended it? All right, everybody, thanks for coming
thank you.
on.
Woohoo!
We're about
Thank
to
you.
whiskey, and what's the website for Whiskey Thief to go get some?
WhiskeyThief.com.
www.whiskeythief.com.
K-E-Y-T-H-I-E-F.
All right, there you go.
That's clever.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you say
Good
yeah?
night, everybody.
Oh.
So I ended that, she ended all that.
That was fun.
Now I gotta make sure I don't do what I always do when I'm down here. Leave microphones. That's my favorite thing of it. I leave microphones just all the time.
And I take them.